Man, something doesn't feel right in NASCAR right now. And if you've been watching closely, not just casually, you've probably felt it too. There was this storyline everyone was so confident about, like no debate, no hesitation, completely settled. And then, over Easter, something dropped. And suddenly, those same loud voices went quiet, real quiet. Because what's happening on track right now doesn't match what we were all told to believe. Not even close. And if this keeps trending the way it is, we're not just talking about a surprise anymore. We're talking about a problem for the entire field. So, yeah, we need to talk about this. And if you're someone who actually watches every lap, every move, every mistake, go ahead, hit like, subscribe, because this is where it gets real. Because this all circles back to one name, Shane Van Gisbergen. And here's the thing, if you followed racing outside NASCAR, you already knew. This guy wasn't normal. 3 championships in supercars, over 80 wins, Bathurst domination, Daytona podium. That's not hype, that's proof. But even with all that, nobody expected what happened next. 2023, one race, Chicago Street Course, first ever Cup start, and he wins. Just like that, no build-up, no adjustment period, just walks in and takes it. That hadn't happened since 1963. Think about that. Overnight, everything changed. Teams noticed, fans noticed, the garage noticed. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Because when he stepped into full-time NASCAR competition, things didn't look so clean anymore. 2024, Xfinity. 3 wins, solid season, learning curve, fine. But Cup ovals? That's where it started falling apart. 26th at best, struggling, lost. And suddenly, the narrative flipped. Maybe he's just a road course guy. Maybe this won't translate. And people locked onto that idea fast, like they wanted it to be true. Then 2025 hits, full-time Cup. And on road courses, he's untouchable. 5 wins out of 6. Mexico? He wins by over 16 seconds. That's domination. Chicago again. Sonoma, Watkins Glen, Charlotte Roval. By his 38th start, 5 wins. That's historic pace. But then, ovals, 31st, 34th, 32nd. It wasn't just bad, it was rough. He was buried in the standings. Dropped to 33rd at one point. And this is where most drivers break. This is where the hype dies. And even he admitted it. Said he didn't understand the car. Said he didn't trust it. Said the problem was him. And that's where things should have ended. But they didn't. Because late 2025, something small started to shift. Kansas. Top 10. Talladega. Close. Martinsville. Improving. Nothing crazy, nothing headline-worthy. But enough to make you pause. Enough to make you wonder, wait, is something changing? Now, fast forward to 2026, 7 races in. Daytona, speed is there, running up front, taken out. Atlanta, chaos, grass, mistakes, still finishes 6th. That alone jumps him massively in points. And nobody really talks about it, that's the weird part. Then, COTA, 2nd place, just short of tying a legendary streak. Still huge points, still climbing. Phoenix, spins twice, still recovers to 11th. That's not luck. Vegas, wrecked early, dead last. Darlington, 14th, but better than every prior year. Martinsville, top 10 all day, stage points, even running 2nd at one point. And here's where it flips. Because during Easter, NASCAR drops advanced stats. Quietly. No big noise. But if you actually look at them, it tells a completely different story. Adjusted Points Index. SVG is now above average on drafting tracks and short tracks. That wasn't supposed to happen. Not this fast, not this early. And on standard ovals, still below average, but way closer. Not even the same driver from last year. And that's not just numbers. Denny Hamlin sees it, calls him elite, says elite drivers adapt. Chase Elliott, not surprised, talks about his natural feel. Christopher Bell says it's coming fast. Even mentions if they had more practice time. SVG would be even further ahead right now. Let that sink in. Joey Logano? Respect. Chastain? Joking about future wins already. That's not random. That's the garage. Reacting. And here's the part nobody's really saying out loud. He's outperforming his own team, ahead in points, beating Chastain consistently. While other rookies are still trying to survive, he's evolving. But this is where it gets serious. Because SVG himself? He's not celebrating, not even close. Says he's still far from winning on an oval, doesn't want a lucky break, wants to earn it. That mindset? That's dangerous. Because it means he knows exactly where he stands. And he's fixing it, step by step. And now, with the championship format back, there's no cushion, no safety. You either perform or you disappear. So ask yourself this, what happens if he figures it out? Not gets lucky, not steals one, actually figures it out. Because if that happens, he's not just a road course threat anymore. He's not a specialist. He becomes something else entirely, a complete driver, a problem, someone nobody wants to see in the playoffs. And honestly, it feels like we're watching that happen right now, quietly, almost under the radar, while everyone's still arguing about last year's version of him. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe he still needs time, maybe this stalls out. But the way he's recovering from mistakes, the way he's running up front more often, the way he's starting to understand the rhythm, that's not random, that's progression, real progression. And when a driver like that reaches that point, things don't stay slow for long. So yeah, I'll say it. I think he wins on an oval sooner than people expect. Not tomorrow, not instantly, but soon enough to shock everyone who already made up their mind. And when it happens, don't act surprised, because the signs, they've been there. The question is, are you seeing them? Or are you still stuck on the old story?